I'm Gordon Eastman, who produced this true-life outdoor adventure film on hunting, fishing, and wildlife.
Wilderness adventure and fair chase trophies define him. A son adds to the legacy and becomes the voice for a generation of hunters. Today, a third generation pursues trophy big game in places where success comes from skill, determination, and grit. Now, 60 years of hunting tradition comes down to one defining moment.
We're the Eastmans. Our family's been hunting and filming out west for over 60 years. And these are just a few of our adventures.
This is Eastmans Hunting TV. It's big game hunting, and it's as real as it gets. Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal is brought to you by Sig Sauer, Cryptic, Savage, and Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal.
Hey folks, Ike Eastman here, host of Eastmans Hunting TV. Today we're going to go with Dan Pickar on a really unique hunt. He's hunting whitetail during the rut with a bow. Now Dan is going to be trying lots of different tactics. He's going to be trying rattling and calling and all kinds of stuff in a blind, out of a blind, spot and stalk, everything. So he's going to try some stuff that maybe you'll learn a little something how to hunt whitetail out west.
There's a buck right up there. Nice buck. It looks pretty wide like this. It might be a 4 or 5 maybe. We're gonna sneak into this brush right here. Oh, it's about to get... I don't know what it's about to get, but it's about to get real. First day out. Man, that's a nice buck. For public especially. There's gotta be more though, you know? I mean, it's our first day and it's not even the rut yet. Oh yeah, 4x4. Yeah, nice. Looks like a basket buck, but at least we're seeing them. Because it's, what, November 2nd or 3rd or 4th? It's the 4th today, and they're not rutting. Well, ooh. I'm just watching a couple deer. There's a couple bucks that I would shoot for sure. They're just on the other property though, right near the line, and can't play the line when we're bow hunting, so we're just gonna watch them work farther down here, but we're definitely in the zone. Seeing bugs. Gonna slip down on the creek here, and there's some deer moving around. See if we can't make something happen. You just never know. Pre-rut, get a territorial whitetail. Could come running right in. He just came the rattle bag though, so sometimes you connect, sometimes you don't. It did look like he ducked a little bit, but from what we can tell, shot over him. There's no blood. We searched for like 30 minutes. I could not find blood. Could not find my arrow either, but I found the fletch. I feel confident I missed that buck. Bad news is, it was a great buck. It was a nice 5-point. Good news is, you could still hunt. We gotta get out of here now. We got a ways. But that was pretty exciting.
This portion of the show has been brought to you by Baku e-bikes, the scent-free way to get you farther, faster. Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal is brought to you by Sig Sauer, electro-optics. Cryptic, battlefield to backcountry. Savage, where better comes standard.
Eastman's bow hunter aficionado Dan Pickar is in hot pursuit of a rutting whitetail buck.
Well, here we are back in our spot where I straight up missed a buck about a week ago, and I see another buck down here feeding. He needs to get into the sagebrush a little more for me to be able to make a play. But we've got a mule deer down over here. We have this one whitetail buck. We're kind of watching this deep sage, and hopefully we can find some more whiteys. We're not going to rush down there yet. We're just going to kind of watch for a little bit. I'll get some digiscope photos of these bucks. We'll see what we can do. It's going to be an exciting night. All right, we're packing up. Oh, we're gonna sneak down into the draw, see if we can't get in anything. So, who knows what's gonna happen? It's the rut. We got an hour till dark. We're just gonna do a quick rattling sequence, see what happens. We're out of here. Trying to get another day.
Eastman's Hunting Strategies is brought to you by Onyx Hunt. Know where you stand.
For today's Onyx Hunt tip, we're going to talk about the original purpose of Onyx maps, and that was land ownership boundaries back way over a decade ago when this became a thing and we had electronic device capabilities to view land ownership boundaries with our real-time location out there. This is a tag in Wyoming, a little bit easier to draw because of the private. It's like 90% private property. In this area, it's really tricky with boundaries. There's a lot of boundary lines. There's a lot of boundaries that don't have fences. And I have access on this place, but I don't have any access on this place. One of the places I didn't have permission to hunt, but if a deer died on that property, I had permission to go get it. Knowing your boundaries was absolutely imperative. I don't think there was any part of my hunt where I wasn't constantly on my app studying boundaries, especially these weird boundaries that jog across a hillside. There's no fences. You wouldn't know where the boundary was unless you have Onyx. This is a 400-yard swath. And so what I did is I wanted to set up a ground blind in the middle of that public swath. So basically, if I shoot a deer, it has 200 yards to go either way before it hits private property. When you're checking these areas and you're hunting these very small parcels, use your line distance tool and see how much country you actually have to work with. I don't want to take anything farther than a 30-yard shot. Small parcels are close to boundaries. It has to be super close, and I have to put my time in at the range and know my bow and know my abilities that I can have, and I have the confidence to put a perfect shot.
You just never know what a mature whitetail buck is going to do during the peak of the rut. My camera guy and I were headed down to our blind at about 1 in the afternoon when this buck came cruising by in the wide open. We kind of got caught with our pants down, so we hid behind a bush and he never did see us. He started feeding on some green shoots without picking his head up, so I thought, what the heck, I'll make a stalk on this buck.
To take our game from the field to the freezer and everything in between, Eastmans Hunting TV depends on the razor-sharp, replaceable blade knives and game processing sets that get the job done fast. From Outdoor Edge. Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal is brought to you by Zamberlan. Discover the difference. Eastman's Tag Hub. Your hunt starts here.
Thanks for sticking with us. Now let's get cozy with Dan in his ground blind. He is set up on a possible buck corridor.
It's getting exciting. Bucks are getting a little bit bigger, but they still not quite. Still, this is a new buck. All three of the bucks today are new bucks I haven't seen in here. He didn't give me much time, but came up to the decoy and kind of bumped. I think I'll move it down a little bit tomorrow. These bucks are cruising. Just came out of nowhere. It's a good sign. I wish he was just a little bit bigger. Dang it. Another buck. A small one. I think I'm gonna bring a doe decoy too. Tomorrow. It's a good sign. Number 4 of the day. Crazy.
Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal presents advanced tips and tactics. Brought to you by Eastman's Tag Hub. Your hunt starts here.
So, Matthew's tech tip for you. I always shoot my bow. And right now we're just at the truck, we're loading up our backpacks, and I'm just gonna shoot a couple arrows. Always have a target with me. If I don't have a target and I'm in the backcountry, I find a soft log, like a rotten log or a soft mud bank. It's just good to check your zero on your bow. As good as these Matthews are at holding a tune, things can get off by a yard or here or there, and you just wanna make sure your weapon's on, and so much of making a good shot is good execution. So as I'm walking around and I'm hunting, I'm always thinking about my execution. And I have steps that I have memorized. I draw back, anchor, level, put the pin where I want it, and pull. So those are my steps that I'm repeating to myself to make a good shot. So I'll walk around, and as I'm getting closer, I think I'm gonna get an opportunity. I'll remember my execution steps so that I can execute properly. Because if I do that, the animal dies every time. So super important to dial in your execution.
Here's some deer. I bedded down out here. And these junipers, it's perfect. It's the same spot that I was on that 5-point a couple days ago. We got does here. I mean, it's gonna happen. I have this doe decoy along the fence here, so anything traveling down here like they did yesterday, they will run into it. So, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, baby. Action tonight, though.
Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, quality knives and tools for the big game hunter. Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal, your stories, your photos, your magazine.
Hey folks, this is Ike Eastman. Let's catch up with Dan Pickar and his Matthews bow as he plays cat and mouse with these hard to get river bottom whitetail bucks.
Another morning in the blind. I got here a little late, but the rut is on, so something should happen. It was a full moon last night. We had these mule deer yesterday, just like right by the blind. I saw them right out here earlier. But anyway, we'll sit here all day and see what happens. Just a matter of time before we get a good one that comes by. This buck just cruised by. Down. I shot this buck and I was like contorted all funny and the string hit my arm. Well, it hit my puffy, but not enough to really make that much of a difference. He went like 75 yards. He's all right here. Well, here he is. That was a lot of fun. I spent, 4 days down here hunting, and this is probably about average, or on the top end from what I've been seeing. Probably average, about what I've been seeing for the better bucks. But nice big mature deer. Arrow came right out. Perfect shot, quartering away. It was a lot of fun. Great way to wrap up the season. Perfect hit. Now we just gotta get him out of here. Until next year. That was fun. You might be wondering why I just pulled in a deer ungutted into the truck. That's like what people do in the Midwest back east, but I just didn't want to leave the gut pile in the farmer's field here. He's not a farmer, but a rancher. He's got horses and cows out here, so I just didn't want to leave the gut pile.